President Obama is speaking in Golden Valley, Minnesota, talking about the jobs numbers and a to-do list that he's pushing Congress to accomplish. Let's listen in.
All that's happening because of you. Everybody here plays by the rules. You work hard. You meet your responsibilities. And you deserve leaders who do the same. Leaders who will stand shoulder to shoulder with you and do everything possible to strengthen the middle class and move this economy forward. That's what you deserve. Look, we can't fully control everything that happens in other parts of the world. Disturbances in the Middle East, what's going on in Europe, but there are plenty of things we can control here at home. There are plenty of steps we can take right now to help create jobs and grow this economy. Now, let me give you a couple examples. I sent Congress a jobs bill last September full of the kinds of bipartisan ideas that would have put our fellow Americans back to work and help reinforce our economy against some of these outside shocks. I sent them a plan that would have reduced the deficit by $4 trillion in a way that is balanced, that pays for the job-creating investments we need by cutting unnecessary spending, but also by asking the wealthiest Americans to pay a little more in taxes. And I'll give them a little bit of credit. Congress has passed a few parts of that jobs bill, like a tax cut that's allowing working Americans to keep more of your paychecks every week. That was important. I appreciate it. But Congress has not acted on enough of the other ideas in that bill that would help make a difference and help create jobs right now. And there's no excuse for it. Not when there are so many people out there still looking for work. Not when there's still folks out there struggling to pay their bills. It's not lost on anybody that it's an election year. I understand that. I've noticed. But we've got responsibilities that are bigger than an election. We've got responsibilities to you. So my message to Congress is, now's not the time to play politics. Now's not the time to sit on your hands. The American people expect their leaders to work hard no matter what year it is. The economy still isn't where it needs to be. There's steps that could make a difference right now, steps that can also serve as a buffer in case the situation in Europe gets any worse. So right now, Congress should pass a bill to help states prevent more layoffs so we can put thousands of teachers and firefighters and police officers back on the job. Now, layoffs at the state and local levels have been a chronic problem for our recovery, but it's a problem we can fix. Congress should have passed a bill a long time ago to put thousands of construction workers back on the job rebuilding our roads and our bridges and our runways. Now, since the housing bubble burst, no sector has been hit harder than the construction industry. And we've got all this stuff that needs fixed. Remember that bridge here in Minnesota? So this is a problem we can fix. Let's do it right away. Instead of just talking about job creators, Congress should give small business owners a tax break for hiring more workers and paying them higher wages. We can get that done. We can get it done right now. Let's not wait. Right now, Congress should give every responsible homeowner the opportunity to save an average of $3,000 a year by refinancing their mortgage. We've got historically low rates right now. I was with a family in Reno, Nevada, a couple weeks ago. They got a chance to refinance, even though their home was underwater, put that money back in their pockets because we had taken some steps as an administration to make that available for those who have mortgages held by government agencies like the FHA or government guaranteed. But Not everybody has those kinds of mortgages. I want everybody to have those same opportunities. I assume there's some folks here who could use $3,000 a year. Let's get that done right now. That means they're going to be, if you got $3,000 a year extra, that helps you pay down your credit cards. That helps you go out and buy some things that your family needs, which is good for business. Maybe somebody will be replacing some thingamajig for their furnace. They've been putting that off. But if they got that extra money, they might just go out there and buy that thing. Right? Look. Right now, Congress needs to extend the tax credits for clean energy manufacturers that are set to expire at the end of this year. I was talking to Dave Cody. The issue of energy efficiency and everything we need to do to shift away from dependence on foreign oil, we're making huge progress. We're actually importing less oil than any time in the last 8 years. We're down under 50%, but we can do more. And these clean energy companies, they're hiring folks. They're helping us break dependence on foreign oil. It's part of a package of stuff that Honeywell's doing a lot of work on. But almost 40,000 jobs are on the line if these tax credits expire. Why would anyone in Congress walk away from those jobs? We need to pass those tax credits right now. We need to pass them right now. It's long past time we started encouraging what a lot of companies have been doing lately, which is bringing jobs back to this country. And some of them are coming to Minnesota. The governor and I were talking in the car about some companies coming back. Red Bull, right? Coming back. But let's give them more incentive. It's time for Congress to end tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas. Let's use that money to cover moving expenses for companies that are bringing jobs back to America. That would make a difference right now. So those are all steps that we could be taking to strengthen the economy, to provide us some insurance if the situation overseas starts getting worse, so we control our own destiny, keep this recovery moving forward. Which brings me to the last thing Congress should do, to help businesses create jobs. That's why I'm here at Honeywell today. I believe that no one who fights for this country should ever have to fight for a job when they come home. And for Congress, that means creating a Veterans Jobs Corps so we can put our returning heroes back to work as cops and firefighters on projects that protect our public lands and resources. And they should do it right now. They should do it right now. But if we're going to serve our veterans as well as they've served us, we've got to do even more. We just observed Memorial Day, which makes us think about the extraordinary sacrifices so many make. But we've got to make sure we translate words into action. We can't just be in a parade. Can't just march. We also have to deliver for our veterans. Now, over the past 3 decades, or over the past decades rather, more than 3 million service members have transitioned back to civilian life. And now that the war in Iraq is over and we're starting to wind down the war in Afghanistan, over 1 million
You've been
more.
listening to President Obama urging Congress to do lists, also talking about jobs. And Next, you think John Edwards' political career over? Don't be so sure. Politics full of prodigal sons. We're going to take a look back at some of the other fallen politicians who've pulled off some pretty amazing comebacks.